The Israeli army has killed 3 Palestinian men during a large-scale raid on the Balata refugee camp in the city of Nablus in the northern occupied West Bank. The West Bank has been occupied by Israel since the 1967 Six-Day War. Nearly 3 million Palestinians live there, along with about 490,000 Israelis in settlements considered to be illegal under international law. According to Palestinian Health Ministry, at least 7 other Palestinians were injured, including 4 with live ammunition, and dozens of others suffered tear gas inhalation. Hundreds of Israeli soldiers and special forces participated in the raid that began at about 1 a.m. last night and continued until 5 a.m. today. Israel has stepped up raids over the past year in response to a spate of Palestinian attacks and said Monday's operations netted weapons and an explosives manufacturing operation in a home which it detonated. The Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigades, the armed wing of Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas' Fatah party, said in a statement that the 3 were among the group's members. Israeli military raids and killings have become common in the cities of Jenin and Nablus over the past year in the West Bank area. In May last year, the birth of an armed resistance group called the Nablus Brigade was announced. As per the UN data, 2022 was the deadliest year for Palestinians since 2006. But 2023 is already on course to eclipse that, and there is now the potential for a full-scale uprising among Palestinians. Since the start of this year, at least 153 Palestinians and 20 Israelis have been killed in violence linked to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In fact, the increased raids and killings of Palestinians were a policy under the previous government of centrist Prime Minister Yair Lapid. Israeli settler attacks on Palestinians, particularly in Nablus, sharply increased during this period, with the military accused of doing little to stop the attacks and settlers calling for a heavier Israeli military crackdown on the northern West Bank. More than 9,000 Palestinians have been injured by Israeli forces in the West Bank since the start of 2022, according to the United Nations, and its projections that 2023 is already on its way to become even more bloodiest might come true if this spate of violence and killings don't stop.